101.1 FM and AM 1160 WCCS.
It is Indiana in the Morning, and it's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. On a Thursday morning, 8:43, Laura Herrington is with us, Indiana County Tourist Bureau, and she's got a very, very busy agenda that she shared with us here this morning. A lot going on around our area. Our visit this morning presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Laura, good morning.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
Wonderful. It's good to have you with us here this morning. You've got a lot of things to talk about. My goodness.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. You've got something interesting coming up as well. The Indiana County Tourist Bureau Community Survey. What's that about?
So, being a membership-based organization, also as the official tourist promotion agency for Indiana County, we have a lot of responsibility to be sure that we're reaching the people where they are, getting them the information that they want. What are the platforms? Where do they go to get information on things to do when they're visiting an area, or even for our residents? Where is your go-to source for information? Yes, I know Google is top on a lot of folks' lists, but we've got people who listen to the radio, thanks to our local community broadcasting. We have our newspaper, our local newspaper, which seems to be really focusing more and more on local events and doing a great job getting that information to our residents, but not everybody reads the newspaper anymore. Well, then it's online, so where online do you get this information? And more, that's where a lot of our marketing dollars and where our efforts have been, is to the online.
So it sounds like what you would really like to hear from is people both inside the area, inside Indiana County, and people from outside the area, sort of a where did you find out about us type of thing.
Correct. And always looking for that feedback. So there's still an opportunity for, if anybody's listening and is interested in completing this survey, you can find it on our website. We have a news feed where we keep local news stories updated. So you may have to look back because we published this survey 2 weeks ago. Last week, I think we republished it on Facebook, so you could find a link to the survey on our Facebook page. You can always call our office, and we'd be happy to send you a link to the survey directly by email. So we've received a little over 50 responses. I'd like to have 50 more.
Sure.
And the responses, there haven't been a lot of surprises in the responses so far, so that tells me that we're doing a good job. But there's always room for improvement. And you know, where are you finding that information? Because some folks will say, well, I don't, if I'm visiting an area, I don't know how to reach their tourist bureau. I don't even know if they have a tourist bureau. Well, chances are that every county has a tourism bureau of some sort, and that would be a good resource. So if you Google things to do in my area, because I was doing this in response to that comment, and sure enough, visit our website, visitindianacountypa.org, came up as one of the top. It was like the second to populate after AI. AI had to say its little piece, but then there we are. So if you're looking for something to do in the area, you Google that, then you'll have a direct link to our website. And we have a very robust calendar of events. We work really hard in the office to keep that calendar of events updated with our local events. Then I had received a comment about, well, this is great that we help to promote our local events, but what do we do for tourism? What do we do to bring people into the county? That's our focus. Yes, we spend a lot of time keeping updated on our community events, but when folks from outside of our area come to visit, they want to know what's going on in our area. So if they're here for a weekend tournament, where else can they go? what can they do to fill a couple hours, and that's why we really want to keep up on our local events. But yes, the bulk of our marketing is outside of our area.
Yeah.
And it's online. We're in the Ohio market. We're in Virginia, Northern Virginia, West Virginia. We even branched out into New York this year. Mm-hmm. And we track our Google Analytics to see what's bringing people to our website. Where are they coming from? And we have a real variety of locations that folks are accessing our website from.
You mentioned when there are events here that bring people in from other communities, big events at the KCAC. Tom Harley's had those softball tournaments that bring tens of thousands of people into Indiana County. The hockey tournaments that happen at the S&T Bank Arena, all of those things that bring people into the area. I'd like to bring into our conversation this morning the new Welcome Center uptown, which will be part of your headquarters now, or your headquarters will be a part of that, and how somebody coming in and finding themselves in downtown Indiana on a Saturday or during the course of the week might be able to utilize that Welcome Center. How is that all going to be incorporated into the whole picture here?
Well, we'll continue promoting as we do. When we know of a large group that's coming in, we make efforts to reach out to them beforehand. We make efforts to provide them, this is what is happening in our community for the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that you'll be in town. And how we do that is typically by an email, or in the case of the softball tournaments, we're in close contact with Tom Harley, and we like to provide that information to the coaches of the teams who are coming in. Mm-hmm. But to answer your question about the Welcome Center, it's pretty exciting. It really is, to know that we'll have this presence in this beautiful historic building. We'll have signage. I hope to have, we're still working out a lot of the details, but somewhat of an electronic kiosk of sorts, where somebody can view the information electronically, perhaps a video of our county and our beautiful assets and things to do, but also brochures, because folks like to take something with them. So our visitor guide, that's our main marketing piece. This year we're printing 75,000 copies of it, which is up from the last two printing of the visitor guide. We printed 60,000 and we're out of them. So that tells us folks are using them, and we distribute those far and wide. So that's our main marketing piece, that we get into the hands of the folks who are visiting. And then if they want more specific information, we have brochures on our covered bridges, on the Jimmy Stewart Museum, Smicksburg, Blairsville, our public art displays, our museums and art galleries. So, and our parks and trails, of course. That's a very popular piece of information that folks want to learn about.
Laura Herrington with us from the Indiana County Tourist Bureau. Tell me about the Great American Getaway grant program.
So the Pennsylvania Tourism Office, which is part of the Department of Community and Economic Development, they really know the significant impact that tourism brings to local communities. And they have put some dollars behind this to help encourage Pennsylvania counties to promote their assets more and more. So we know we have Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, the larger cities, but look at all the smaller gems that we have, the hidden gems within our counties, and Indiana is packed full of these hidden gems. So so the Great American Getaway grant is specifically to be used, marketing dollars to be used for marketing various itineraries. So I'm working with a group that's on this exciting initiative for our area, and we'll be marketing directly to folks who like to travel with their dogs. Where can you go so you talk about the tournaments. Well, if I'm with my child who's playing in a tournament over the weekend, and I don't necessarily want to leave my dog at home or put him in a kennel, I can bring him with me. Where can I go with this, with my pet, this furry member of my family?
Sure.
So we're developing a resource to provide to folks like that. And we're going to hopefully we're going to get this Great American Getaway grant. And we developed an overnight stay, and this is all that you can do while you're here visiting. So there are 3 different aspects to the Great American Getaway grant. There are outdoor adventures, outdoor recreation. There's also a Secure More in Sports grant that's under this Great American Getaway. So this is a pot of money, dollars that can be used to promote or bring in sporting events. There's also a grant opportunity that's called the Big Stage, and that is for what it sounds like, either concerts or presentations that I know that we're working towards securing one of those grants. So we can help to facilitate the application process if somebody out there is interested in applying for one of these grants, but you can also apply for it, on your own directly. The key here is collaboration, and we know we have that in our county. We have some really great community members who are willing to partner and help provide that support. And it's not always a financial support. It's just knowing that this amazing contributor to our community is behind this idea, showing their support in that manner. So the more partners we can get, the more kind of integrity we have behind these various projects that we're submitting for grant money for.
Yeah. Now, we've got some big events coming up. Dave Janicek was with us last hour for Blairsville Borough, talking about they've got their big gala coming up next month for the Blairsville Bicentennial. It's on March 21st. All kinds of events are planned there. And really on any given weekend, you're going to find a ton of things. And you can go to the Tourist Bureau on your calendar of events. You can see a whole bunch of them there.
You can, and there's so many that I can't list them all, and you know what happens when I try to, right? So I'm just going to ask if you are interested in what's coming up. We have a marketing piece that's a brochure that has the February and March events, our calendar of events, www.visitindianacountypa.org. You can search by date and find out what's going on at any given time. But our county is just bustling. From Smicksburg, they're having a spring open house in March. It's a great time to get up to Smicksburg, drive through the beautiful countryside, and visit the local shops that are there. Support local. That's what's really unique about our county as well. We have a lot of, we have a robust small business community, but they need our support. So rather than thinking about going to Target or something that we don't have around here, try going to William and Mary Boutique. You might be surprised. You might find something that's really unique and that you just either you have to have for yourself or it's a perfect gift for somebody else. So Smicksburg will be having a lot of events throughout the summer, and then Blairsville. You mentioned Blairsville with their bicentennial. There's no shortage of events happening there, opportunity to enjoy live music and the gala, as you mentioned. That's a lot of fun. What about Salzburg? Do you ever go to Salzburg and just kind of wander on the canal path? It's beautiful, the canal, and along the river there. There's a lovely restaurant, Point Street Tavern. Have you been there? You're supporting local when you go to these local restaurants. There's a wonderful museum, Rebecca B. Haddon, the Stonehouse Museum, chock full of history. Even if history isn't your main focus, you can enjoy the scenery and get out and walk. And there's a new company that'll be opening up soon in May down there, so I'm looking forward to that, their grand opening. And so there's just a lot of opportunities to get out and about our county.
Yeah, lots of good things to do. Indiana County Tourist Bureau, the website has all of those different events that Laura was talking about. You've got the events calendar. You can actually sort them by category, too.
You can. We have a filter on there. So if you're looking for trivias, so Josh, for your trivia that's happening on March 7th, Friday, at the Indiana Eagles, you can find out more information about that. And for those proceeds go to support the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. So you're having a good evening out, and you're also helping to support our community. We have a lot of wonderful service organizations that have various events like Quota Social. That'll be coming up here soon. And then, as I mentioned, the spring open houses, Little Bit of Country is having a spring open house. That's down in Homer City area, right off of 119 there. So
a lot of things. Check it out, Indiana County Tourist Bureau. Laura, thank you for coming in to visit with us. Appreciate that.
thank you for having me, Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS.
Shoemaker Family Services offers celebrant services. As a celebrant myself, I am uniquely trained to be able to assist families who are not a member of a church or who simply do not wish to have a religious service. However, the service